What is up, my fellow humans of the internet? It's me, your buddy Nessa, and happy Friday! Welcome to Squared Circle Addicts. My weekend started early this week because I didn't have school, because teachers had a meeting, so it's already the weekend for me, so I'm excited, and I'm excited to bring you this video. Admittedly, today I was kind of stumped on what to discuss, so I took to my personal social media accounts to get ideas, and this idea comes from my buddy Carlos DeCenna, so thank you so much for sending in your idea. So today what I'm going to talk about is the recent releases of WWE, which include Hideo Itami, TJ Perkins, and Ty Dillinger, and I'm also going to discuss the low reaction that the NXT stars had on this Monday versus on SmackDown. So this Monday we saw the debuts of Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Ricochet. And admittedly, nobody popped for these guys. Nobody. Like, I don't know. I know I read a lot of things about maybe it was because of where they were in Lafayette, Louisiana. And I have to agree with that, just because it wasn't just no reaction to the NXT guys. There was literally, like, no reaction at all. Triple H kicked off the show, and nobody did anything. The only time that the crowd semi came alive that night was during the women's matches, and there was, like, faint chants of Becky, Becky, and, like, we want Becky, clap, clap, clap. We want Becky, clap, clap, clap. Which, again, speaks volumes to the power that she has in the WWE right now and amongst the WWE universe. But I won't get into all of that, because then I'm going to sound like a broken record. But if you want to hear me talk about it on social media, feel free to follow me at GreatLove91, shameless plug. But no, I think, I don't know what is wrong with Lafayette, but I think they were dead. They were legitimately, like, dead. They didn't react to anything. And if you're watching this video and if you're from Lafayette, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you. Or maybe you were from Lafayette and you were one of those people that actually appreciated what we saw on Monday. Because it's just very interesting to me that guys like, again, Ricochet, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Aleister Black had no reaction. Because if you are a true and blue wrestling fan, you watch NXT, and you know that these guys are the cream of the crop for NXT, which makes me wonder what happens to NXT now. I'm not saying it's going to go away, obviously, but my only question is, well, you know, obviously Tommaso was going to drop his title. Obviously we saw Johnny drop his North American title to the Velveteen Dream this week. So I don't know, I'm kind of like wondering who are going to be the next, you know, front runners for NXT. Who's going to represent the brand when they literally just took everyone out? Because even though their reaction was nothing on Monday, the following night on Tuesday, Shane McMahon came out and he said that he was so impressed with the debuts on Monday that he wanted to give these guys a chance on you know, SmackDown Live. And again, it was the same people, the Ricochet, you know, Aleister Black, Johnny, and Tommaso. And when they came out on Tuesday, there was chants of NXT, 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 and like people were actually into it. And again, they were in a different location. They were in NOLA on Tuesday, and the crowd was far much more alive. So my question to you guys is, and I want you guys to answer this, do you think there's a difference between, you know, your Monday Night Raw fans and your SmackDown Live fans? Is it a case where people who watch SmackDown Live are more inclined to watch NXT? Or do you think that people who watch Mondays and Tuesdays only watch Mondays and Tuesdays and have no idea what's going on? Like, is that the case? Did it just so happen that more NXT watchers were in the crowd in NOLA versus the crowd in Lafayette. Because what does it boil down to? Because, like, for me, I dabble in a little bit of everything with primarily the WWE. Yes, I watch Monday Night Raw, even though sometimes sitting through 3 hours of it can be very, very challenging, because I'm just like, do I really need to be watching this? But then, you know, you have SmackDown that is 2 hours, and to me, when it comes to SmackDown, there's more wrestling on SmackDown than there is on Raw, because Raw has to do with a lot of, like, promos and video packages, and they'll roll the same footage. Like, earlier tonight, this happened. They'll do it, like, 3 or 4 times. So, is that the case? Are SmackDown fans more true blue to, like, you know, the NXT roster? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Was it a case of the crowd? Was it just bad booking? Was it just because, you know, only people that are subscribed to the network watch NXT? I genuinely want to know, because I think that, you know, people like Johnny, Ricochet, Tommaso, and Alistair deserved far more, you know, better reaction what they got on Monday, which I'm so happy that they made up for on Tuesday, because they got the reaction, they got the crowd going, they had great matches, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. It's funny, because if you think about it, on Tuesday, there were video packages explaining who each superstar was or who each new face was, when on Monday, they didn't have that. So, my other thing is, when it comes to stuff like that, are there different writers? Obviously there are, but, like, are the writers for SmackDown more in touch with NXT and, like, what would get people going as opposed to the people on Raw? I don't know. It's a genuinely curious thought that I have. Again, let me know what you guys think. I honestly think it really did have to do with the crowd. I know a lot of people say that they blame Vince, or they blame the booking, or they blame the writers, but I don't think that's the case, because, again, Monday night it was dead in Lafayette, but then Tuesday night, the same exact guys showed up and got a reaction in NOLA. So, that's what I think it is. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the purging, I guess, of the WWE roster. Not necessarily purging, but a lot of people have been asking for their release. Hideo Itami was one that had been in talks for a while, because I know that on Twitter a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, Kenta's going to be back and he's going to be able to do the go to sleep, you know, his move that he patented. And then, of course, we have TJ Perkins, who, honestly, guys, I don't mean to be that girl, but I am going to be that girl. I forgot that he existed, which is a shame, because he was, you know, the inaugural Cruiserweight champion, and he had amazing matches in the Cruiserweight Classic. His entrance music was amazing. His rampway walk thing was amazing. To be honest, I would say that I'm sad to see him go, but not really, because I like I said, kind of forgot that he existed. And then the third one that has been recently asked for his release, and he, you know, did a statement on social media, was the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. Now, that is one that I am extremely bummed about, because I was a huge fan of Ty Dillinger when he did his thing in NXT, and I remember 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble when he debuted at number 10, I thought it was absolutely perfect, no pun intended, or maybe a little bit, but I don't know, for me, I'm sad to see him go the most, because I feel like he had a lot of potential to at least be a mid-card champion, like Intercontinental champion, United States champion, possibly even Cruiserweight champion, but they never did anything with him, and it sucks, because when he went out there, he actually got reactions. People actually wanted to see him. You know, there were moments in like wrestling where, you know, you do the thing where you hit and you count to 5, but people would just be like, Ted, 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 just because they love Ty. And I mean, it is a shame, but I think it's a case of right now, and I saw these comments on Twitter that a lot of people are in this, they have this idea that what Vince does is that he signs people so that other promotions won't pick them up. But then when he signs them, because the roster is oversaturated with so much talent, then he's like, oh shit, what do we do with them now? And I really do think that's the case, because there's so many things that they could have done with Ty. There's so many things they could have done with TJ. There's so many things that they could have even done with Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami is a phenomenal wrestler. He should be champion. He should be, in the ranks of Rollins and Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. Like, he should be in talks when we're talking about who do we want to be the new WWE champion or the new Universal champion. Like, Hideo Itami should have been that guy, but they just didn't build him properly, and it's a damn shame. And I don't know where these guys are going to go. I don't know where TJ's going to go. I don't know where Ty's going to go. I don't know where, Hideo, Kenta is going to go. But wherever that may be, I hope that, they're able to be utilized properly and pushed to their highest potential, because it's what they deserve. I think they're great workers. And I don't know, I think it's sad, and I know there's a lot of people right now that are like, oh man, like, you focus on people like Lesnar and Braun and Baron Corbin and, guys that aren't really interesting right now, or quite frankly get on our damn nerves. You could even throw some girls in there, Nia Jax, that are being pushed, and then you're like, why are you pushing these people when you could be pushing people like Ty Dillinger, people like Hideo Itami, people like TJ. They're gone now, and that sucks, which now I think we need to focus on pushing people that matter. Like, I hear that the talks is for Lacey Evans to be getting a push once Ronda Rousey leaves. I don't know. These are all just rumors. I don't even know if Ronda Rousey's leaving. I still don't know. And I'm like, no disrespect to Lacey Evans. There's none, because trust me, I love the lady. I love her. I love the women's right. I know there's rumors about that she's a racist or a homophobe, but clearly, honestly, I haven't seen anything to back that claim up. I think it's just fans being fans and just trying to, stir the pot. And I love the women's right. I really do. But I just don't see her being the next big thing. I mean, I get it. She's blonde, she's beautiful, and maybe that's why Vince is so high on her. And again, this is not a knock on her, because I like her, but I just don't see why they would choose her to be the, because apparently it's supposed to be Charlotte, Becky, and Lacey as the front runners once Ronda decides to leave. And Charlotte and Becky, I 100% understand, but Lacey Evans, I'm just like, what? Like, why? Like, I don't know. This video is going to turn into ramblings, I guess. So I guess I'll title it, like, Wrestling Rambles or stuff, because there's just a lot that's on my mind right now, honestly. And, yeah, like I said, nothing against Lacey Evans. I just don't think that what she's been able to do in NXT kind of warrants that place. Hell, I would even choose Nikki Cross or Ember Moon or Sonya Deville before Lacey Evans. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm intrigued. Some people call Lacey Evans they call Lacey Evans Charlotte 2.0. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Again, nothing against her. She's awesome. She has probably one of the best entrance musics of all time. Okay, maybe not that far, but it is really catchy. Her Act Like a Lady song, I won't lie, I'm into it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Lacey Evans deserves to be in that position? Are you a fan of the lady? She's cleaning up the joint, taking out those nasties. I think it's funny, to be completely honest with you. Let me know. Are you guys fans? Because I'm a fan. The one thing I want to talk about before I get out of here, and I'm probably going to ruffle a little bit of feathers with this one, but that is perfectly okay. This Tuesday night on SmackDown Live, Mandy Rose, defeated the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And of course it was a dirty finish, she pretended that her eye was injured, and then she did the roll-up 1, 2, 3. A lot of people were pissed about it on Twitter, but me personally, I was freaking ecstatic. I have been a fan of Mandy Rose since she was on Tough Enough. When she got eliminated and she lost to Sarah Lee, I was pissed off. But that just proves that sometimes when you win things, it doesn't even matter, because I can't even remember who won. Like, that guy Josh, he was like the Yeti, and Sarah Lee, they won, and that Gator guy, I don't remember his name, but he was like a chubbier guy. They were like the winners, I guess, and they did nothing in WWE at all. And then you have people who didn't win, like Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Patrick, aka the Velveteen Dream, and they're like amazing, and they're tearing shit up, and it's great. But again, I've been a fan of Mandy since Tough Enough, and I know she gets a lot of shit. They're like, oh, she's this generation's Eva Marie. She's the new Eva Marie. And to be honest, I was an Eva Marie fan, because even though her wrestling wasn't the greatest, I loved how she went out there, and just by going out there, she got booed. I don't know why, but I loved how much heat she got. And when she won that Battle Royal in NXT, I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. People are gonna bitch. And they did. And sometimes I like that, because it's just almost funny to see people get so riled up. And it was the same case on Tuesday when Mandy beat Asuka. So many people were angry, but I was like, oh my god, I'm living for this. I'm so happy. I was happy. I loved it. I don't know if that means Mandy is going to be the next contender for Asuka's title. Who knows? I guess we'll see. But here's my thing. If she does become the next contender, because I know a lot of people are like, why push Mandy when you have someone great like Sonya Deville? Like, what are you doing? And I agree, because Sonya Deville's amazing. I've been a fan of Sonya since she was in MMA when she was the Jersey Devil, and then I used to watch her, her after show reviews on AfterBuzz. Yes, I'm a fan, huge fan, so I get it. Plus, I love the fact that she's so openly gay. I love that. Being a member of the LGBTQ community myself, I think that helps. And so I get everybody's like, why push Mandy when you could push Sonya? I agree 100%. But here's the thing. They teased that they were going to split up a while ago, right? At last year's Royal Rumble when Mandy eliminated Sonya, and it was like, oh my god, what are you doing? So here's my thing. Guys, hear me out. What if Mandy actually defeats Asuka, which I would love. I know people would probably lose their damn minds, but I would love it. She wins, and then Sonya's like, you know what, man? I'm sick of being your partner. I'm sick of being your sidekick, if you will. And then, bam, turns on her, and then that's how Sonya becomes champion. That's how I would book it. Again, I understand why people are upset, because truthfully, they haven't really done anything with Asuka since she's been on the main roster. She lost her undefeated streak right away to Charlotte. Then she got in these stupid storylines where she was dancing and she was feuding with James Ellsworth, and now she's become champion, and then she makes Becky Lynch tap out, which was what? Like, I feel like that should have never happened, especially because of what they're doing with Asuka now. So, trust me, guys, I get it. I understand why you're upset, but like I said, as a Mandy Rose fan, I am loving it, and I am here for her being champion, especially if it leads to Sonya Deville ultimately becoming champion. But I have a feeling that won't happen for a while, because I feel like Fire and Desire will be in the running for a tag team title run, possibly. So, I don't know. There's just so much to cover. There's still so much that I want to talk about, but this video is getting a little bit lengthy, so I am going to get out of here. Let me know what you guys think. Let's discuss. I love discussing things about wrestling. It makes me very happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, stay safe, stay happy, but most importantly, stay addicted to the squared circle. And again, if you love anything that you saw today on this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That way you know when I am posting. And if you want to hear more rants and rambles like this, feel free to follow me on my personal social media accounts on Instagram and Twitter. Same thing, at GreatLove91. And before I get out of here, this is not wrestling related, but I am very happy. It's MMA related. My friend Amanda Bell returned to Bellator this past weekend and got a first round knockout victory over Amber Lightrock. Actually, I love both of them, Amber and Amanda, but it was so great to see Amanda get that win. So Amanda, if you just so happen to be watching this, congratulations, buddy. I love you. Let's do it again. Anyway, guys, take care. I'm going to get out of here, and you guys have a fantastic day. Later.